I had zero control over my emotions. I allowed my ego, my masks to own me as opposed to having emotional intelligence and owning the moment. And I remember going home, looking in the mirror and just being like, who are you, Lewis? Like, who are you? But I was trembling. I was like, what are you doing and who are you? And that was the moment where I was like, I almost needed that catalyst to be like, okay, it's time to reevaluate everything. And the most important relationship, which was with myself. And I was like, what is my relationship with myself? I wasn't even sure what it was. Was I taking care of myself emotionally? Did I know how to communicate to myself in a way that I could, have patience and grace throughout life's daily challenges or struggles? I didn't have the answers. First, why am I so angry, reactive, resentful, unforgiving, passive-aggressive? Why? And then how can I move forward so that it doesn't control me moving in the rest of my life?
Did you already have the notion of they were masks, or was it?
No, I thought I was perfect. I thought I was like, I had everything figured out. I was making good money. Anything I touched worked. I was getting the girls. I was making sales. I was getting the accomplishments. So for me, everything was like, I know the answers at that moment. When I think the ego is present, you're unwilling to look for different answers or different solutions because you feel like you already have them. So for me, it was really about, okay, first being aware, my ego is leading the way. How is this supporting me and how is this hurting me? Because in some ways, it was benefiting my life. I was achieving. I was getting recognition. I was making money. I was in good shape. In other ways, the most important ways, my internal well-being was suffering, was hurting, was confused, was depressed at times, and was always in this conflict. And so first for me, it was like, okay, I realize that I have a challenge, that I'm not a slave to my ego, but I am aware of it. I can welcome it. I can have a conversation with it, and I can let it go. And that's when I started to realize, wow, I've been wearing a mask throughout my entire life. I've been wearing different types of masks, all these different masks that have showed up in different times to protect me from literally just being able to have a conversation and connect with other human beings. Because that was my biggest fear, was letting people see what I'd been through, what I'd gone through, and the fear of them actually knowing that I wasn't perfect. When situations occur, it starts to build up inside of us, where we want to defend ourselves, we want to protect ourselves, and we start to just wear masks. And I think that's the challenge. It's like we start to fixate on certain things to get certain results. And I've worn every single mask. I still wear masks, but I'm so much more aware in the moment, and I'm quick to remove, or at least I try to be quick to remove, because I'm much more aware. So I think that's been key.
There are some times where the mask serves you. Not only how do we know when to stop using it, but what awaits us when we stop using it?
So the first part, when do we know when to use it? We know when to use it when it can drive and fuel us to help us achieve our dreams and help create better relationships. So if it fuels us into achieving our dreams and creating better relationships, put it on as much as you want. When should we take it off? When it's hurting yourself and it's hurting other people. If you're wearing it and it's not benefiting yourself and everyone else around you, it's time to take it off. It's time to be aware of a different mask to put on, or take it off completely and be your vulnerable, real self.